What's up, you guys? Steven here from Couch Coach, and just wanted to talk to you guys really quick about the NBA trade deadline because that just happened yesterday at 3 o'clock. And yeah, let's get into it. I want to only talk about the big trades that happened. I know there was a lot of minor trades here and there, but I'm just going to focus on the top, I think, 5 or 6 biggest trades, in my opinion. And we're also starting from February 1st, so not counting the Blake Griffin trade, the Eric Bledsoe trade, or the Jahlil Okafor trade. So yeah, let's get into it. The first one was the February 1st, and that was Pelicans getting Nikola Mirotic, a 2018 second round pick, and then the Bulls getting Omer Ashik, Tony Allen, Jameer Nelson, and a 2018 first round pick that was protected, and the rights to swap their second round pick. Who I think wins? Pelicans. They lost DeMarcus Cousins earlier this season. Well, I mean, not early in the season, but just a few weeks ago. They really needed some forward help so they could put Anthony Davis at center, or Mirotic may have played a little center. I really don't know. They also get a 2018 second round pick. I think that will help them out. And the Bulls basically get some old veterans and picks. And, well, rights to swap their second pick. So I definitely think the Pelicans win this, and we'll move on to the next one. The next one was a 3-team trade, and that was the Cavs getting Rodney Hood and George Hill, and then the Jazz getting Derrick Rose and Jay Crowder. Then the Kings got Joe Johnson, Iman Shumpert, and a 2020 second round pick that Cleveland owned from Miami. A lot to take in. I think the Cavs did a good job on getting Rodney Hood and George Hill. Rodney Hood's a great shooter. They really did need a shooting guard. I know there's been a lot of talk about J.R. Smith. I know he's pretty inconsistent. Sometimes he'll get 5, sometimes he'll get 26. But I think Rodney Hood's more of a consistent shooter and will help out the Cavs a little more with that. George Hill will provide some veteran leadership in the locker room and play a good backup point guard. And then they got rid of Rose, who honestly they needed to get rid of. He just wasn't doing anything for the Cavs. He really hasn't been himself since he got injured multiple times. I feel bad for the guy, but yeah, hopefully he can play better as a backup in Utah. And then they also got rid of Iman Shumpert, who, I mean, they got Rodney Hood shooting guard, so that's going to help them. Good job by the Cavs for that. I'm happy for the Jazz. They got Jay Crowder. I know Joe Ingles started the year off pretty hot, playing really well. But he's kind of dropped off since then. I don't know if Jay Crowder is going to be an instant starter, but I think he should start over Ingles. Maybe you can move Ingles to shooting guard. I don't know what their plan is. But, oh wait, they got Donovan Mitchell. Never mind. Don't do that. So, yeah, we'll see who starts out of Jay Crowder and Joe Ingles. I think they'll push each other and help each other's games out a lot. And then the Kings got Joe Johnson. Hawks fan right here. Love you, Joe. And Iman Shumpert. So they gave up George Hill, who is an older veteran, for Joe Johnson, who's an older veteran. Joe Johnson can shoot the ball better. They're both going to retire soon, so I don't think it was a huge difference for the Kings. I think they were mainly focused on the future with Iman Shumpert and that second round pick. And then we'll move on to the next trade, which I call the biggest steal of the entire trade deadline. And that was the Heat getting Dwayne Wade for basically nothing. The Cavs gave up a second round protected pick. Yeah, for Dwayne Wade. I know Dwayne Wade's about to retire. He's slowed down a lot lately, but I mean, he still can put up 18 points a game if he wants to. And I know they're trying to help him out. He wants to retire in Miami. That's where he first started his career. He wants to be back with Pat Riley. Like, I get it. But why, Cavs? Why would you give up just a second round protected pick? That's essentially giving up Dwayne Wade for nothing. Anyway, we'll talk about the other trades, which the next one I think was the biggest trade of the trade deadline, and that was the Lakers getting Isaiah Thomas and Channing Frye and a 2018 first-round protected pick, and then the Cavs got Jordan Clarkson and Larry Nance Jr. I get it, Cavs. You needed to make some moves. Isaiah Thomas wasn't really fitting the system. In my opinion, I don't think you should have ever got Isaiah Thomas and let Kyrie leave. I don't see how Isaiah Thomas fits their system as dominant of a scorer. He needs the ball in his hand as much as possible. The Cavs needed more a guy more like Chris Paul who's going to dish it out to everyone around that offense. So I think it was smart that the Cavs got rid of Isaiah Thomas, but I feel like they could have got a lot more out of him. And I mean, good for the Lakers. I don't know what they're gonna do with Alonzo. If they're gonna start Isaiah Thomas at point and Lonzo at shooting guard. I know positions don't really matter all that much on offense nowadays, but yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. But very smart move by the Lakers. Once you're handed Isaiah Thomas like that, you got to take it, and they took him. So good job. I think Jordan Clarkson will be a good fit on the Cavs. He's really coming into his own with Lonzo being injured, and he's put up some big games here and there. So I think just having someone like LeBron to pass it to, it's going to help out your stats some. So hopefully Jordan Clarkson plays well. I have him on my fantasy team, really hoping he'd go to the Hawks, because I did see some rumors talking about we might give up Bellinelli and Dedmon and get Jordan Clarkson and someone else, and I was totally down for that. Of course, the Hawks did very minor moves, so we won't even get into that. But the next trade, which might not sound like a big trade, but it was a 3-team trade, and I think because of one player on this trade, it deserves some recognition to be talked about. And that was Knicks getting Emmanuel Mudiay, Nuggets getting Devin Harris and a 2018 second-round pick, which is going to be whichever team is worse, Clippers or Knicks. And then the Mavericks getting Doug McDermott and a future second-round pick from Denver, which was originally from Portland. So the one player that I think really makes this a trade is Emmanuel Mudiay, because I think he's going to be an instant starter on New York. I think it was a very, very smart move for New York, because they essentially gave up Doug McDermott for Emmanuel Mudiay. I think Mudiay could be a 15-6 guy as a starter, 6 assists, and just really play well for the Knicks. I think that's a position they really needed help in, and I know they're still trying to get Frank Nicolina some playing time and a few more minutes under his belt, but I think the kid still needs some more time to work on his craft before he's actually a starter. So Emmanuel Mudiay, I think, was a great pick for them, and he had Gary Harris, Will Barton, and Jamal Murray all in front of him, and Jamal Murray has been killing it lately. Really, all of them have in Denver. So Denver needed to move Emmanuel Mudiay off, get some picks. Totally understand the move, but ultimately great job by the New York Knicks. And then the last trade I wanted to talk about, which I thought was the smartest trade, and it was the smartest trade for the Phoenix Suns, not for the Orlando Magic. The Suns got Elfrid Payton for literally and traded their 2018 second-round pick to the Magic. So yeah, Elfrid Payton's a pretty good player. Have him on my fantasy team also. I think he will play pretty well in Phoenix, and I think that's exactly what Phoenix needed with Devin Booker battling injuries. Eric Bledsoe got dealt earlier to the Bucks. You got other point guards and shooting guards with injuries right now, so I think Elfrid Payton was a very, very great pickup, and you only had to give up a second-round pick. So good job, Suns. Hope you guys do a little bit better than what you did against the Spurs. And I think Elfrid Payton will help out a lot. Magic, on the other hand, I don't know what you were thinking. Elfrid Payton was clearly the starting point guard on that team. I guess you're going to start DJ Augustine, and I guess you're focused on getting a point guard in the draft. We'll see what happens with that. But until next time, thanks for watching this video. Go like us on Facebook. Go like us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube down below. Do whatever you got to do. We're still looking for article writers, so let us know about that. Email us at couchcoach.us@gmail.com, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. And thanks for watching this video. Have a blessed day.